Welcome to Obscured Reality with Mark and Stephanie. From UFO sightings to the lost city of Atlantis, from alien encounters to the living dead, each episode will leave you questioning reality. If you're ready to explore the eerie, tune in to Obscured Reality, where mysteries come alive.
Have a drink. Welcome back to Obscured Reality. Stevie and Mark back with you. And we're going to keep it real tonight. We're going to follow along with what we've been doing tonight. We're sticking on the UFOs because another article comes out.
Jesus.
It's not just that it's an article, okay? I'm not going to any article you see, right? There's some I've skipped. But, I don't know, just some interesting updates on this. So the headline of this, and I'm gonna share it again. This is on Fox News, and you're gonna see the headline here right now. UFO whistleblower says he's being threatened as congressman warns protections are a joke. So we know that one of the things that's come up is they're trying to protect these people coming out like David Grush, Ryan Graves, anyone coming out, right?
Yeah.
And Lue Elizondo also. And we know that Grush has even stated, allegedly, that they've even, well, he's been threatened. He's had some things happen. I don't think he's really been too transparent on what that is yet, but and this isn't new. We've heard this over the decades and decades of this stuff. Commercial airplane pilots, they see something, they're told to report it. They report it.
They're made
now
fun
they
of.
have to worry about losing basically their entire life, their careers,
Right.
So let's get into it. This isn't too long. UFO whistleblowers are being threatened and protections currently in place are a joke. This is what a congressman told Fox News Digital. And also, I forgot right here, we have Lue Elizondo, former head of ATIP. He said that he's faced threats as he pushes for UFO transparency. So Lue Elizondo, he was, like I said, the head of ATIP, which was a secretive Pentagon unit that studied UFOs. He said there's been threats against him and several others formerly associated with the UAP effort for the U.S. government. I would like to make this perfectly clear to the American people. This is important. He said this a little while ago, May 15th, but this one is interesting. He says, I would like to make this perfectly clear to the American people. I am not prone to accidents. I'm not suicidal. I am not abusing drugs. I am not engaged in any illicit activities. He's saying this for a reason. Basically, if something happens to me or my family members in the future, you will know what happened. He's saying, if I wind up dead tomorrow, you know why. It's because of all this crap. So Representative Tim Burchett, which we've heard, he's one of the bigger ones in Congress who's pushing for all this stuff to happen. And we know Lue Elizondo, Jeremy Corbell, and others are kind of coaching them on how to go about this, coaching them on the history to get them more informed.
What questions to ask, essentially. Phrasings to use.
Yeah, Tim Burchett, he who has been one of the lawmakers leading the push for full UFO disclosures, personal friend of Elizondo. This is whistleblower protection, but it's a joke, and we know it's a joke. The congressman and Elizondo had dinner around the time Elizondo made it known he was being threatened. He didn't detail what the threats were or who made them, but Burchett expressed his anger and said he's alarmed. Lue is a dear friend of mine, and I take any threat against anybody seriously, especially against friends and somebody that has given so much to this country and to this issue. Now, we know Elizondo has been big in the military for a long time as well, before coming out working for ATIP and all that stuff. So I'm very much aware of it, and I'm very much alarmed. I'm pursuing every avenue I can get, every avenue I can to get to the bottom of it. The threats aimed at Elizondo and UFO whistleblowers aren't new. but are the latest in a disturbing trend. Last July, David Grush, we know that name, testified in front of Congress that his life was threatened and he was instructed to keep quiet about a secret government run crash UFO retrieval program. That's a mouthful. I can't get into the specifics in an open forum, but what I personally witnessed myself and my wife was very disturbing. This is what Grush said. I've faced brutal, unfortunate attacks of retribution that he called administrative terrorism. So I don't think these are physical attacks. He's saying administrative. So this probably has to do with things like pensions, retirements, anything to get them out, not working
Yeah.
there, discrediting, things like that. Elizondo was the former senior leader of ATIP, a shadow government program created from the ashes of the OSAP, Advanced Aerospace Weapons System Application Program. Man, that's Jesus.
The fact that you just commit to every single one instead of just.
Well, I don't, because I didn't before. In the first part of what we went through, I did with OSAP because we don't. We've not come across that name too much. You never know.
I do appreciate the commitment to it.
But it's on the screen, so you can read, and I got to remember that. Then Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid, we know he's been big in this as well. He started the program in 2009 to investigate potential next-generation aerospace technologies. That's according to a March report by the Pentagon's UFO-focused office called AARO. Specifically, the ATIP was focused on advanced lift, propulsion, the use of unconventional materials and controls, and signature reduction. Although investigating UFO UAP was not specifically outlined in the contract's statement of work, the selected private sector organization conducted UFO research. That's interesting. That this whole UFO thing wasn't specifically outlined in the contract for working, with ATIP, Arrow, whatever, doing this stuff. And that's interesting because when Lue Elizondo first came out years ago, the first thing government did was try to discredit him. Who the fuck's this guy? We don't know. He didn't work for us. And then they came out and, because Elizondo gave us a lot. He gave us names, right? He gave us his own name. He gave us ATIP. He gave us what ATIP stands for. He gave us the acronym UAP, and that the government's been using that instead of UFOs. And we know he's emailed some people. People FOIA'd the hell out of this stuff. They proved he is legit. Then the government turns around and says he had no assigned responsibilities within ATIP. And they're totally fudging, the truth. And, this sentence right here, I mean, that totally falls in line with something you would do if you ran something like this and had to keep it completely secret. This is just like applications or job, applications that go out where these, like the government stuff is putting like highly super classified stuff out there to get people to come in, right? They want like some nuclear technologist or something, right? But there's nothing in the job description that tells you what they're really doing, which is, let's say, some type of tiny nuclear reactor for some anti-gravity propulsion in UFOs, right? They're not going to say any of that.
No.
So that makes sense. This research included reviewing new cases and much older Project Blue Book cases. We've heard about that. Operating, debriefing, and investigatory teams, and proposals to set up laboratories to examine any recovered UFO materials. It sounds like they already know that stuff's there and it's gonna get there. So let's just set all the shit up now, The same report concluded that there was no evidence of aliens, alien technology, or secret government-run reverse engineering programs. It was met with sharp backlash from expert scientists, lawmakers, who said the 63-page report was incomplete and filled with holes. The historical review is an attempt to rewrite history and obscure the basic fundamental facts about the UFO phenomena. This is from Jeremy Corbell. Great. The they say the same report, concluded no evidence of aliens, alien technology, secret government run
Right.
reverse engineering programs, but you can never go by that because we know they're not going to tell us anyways. And this is
Mhm.
the same with them looking into UFOs, UAPs for decades now. They've never said they have. They've denied it in the past. They've denied it up until now. And they tried to get around it when Lue Elizondo came out. And Lue
Mhm.
Elizondo, boom, now we have proof that they've been studying it, at least for the period of time, 4 to 6 years, whatever it was, that Corbell was over it. And Corbell has a story I've mentioned a few times, not going to rehash it tonight, about a guy he met who had previously run the program as well, where Corbell was
Mhm.
kind of shocked to hear that. And the
Yep.
UFO community, I mean, we've heard this for over 1 to 2 decades now that they've been studying this whole time. It's believed that they have been, and it would make sense. But now you get to a statement like this, and it's like, well, yeah, of course. I mean, whatever. Sure. They concluded. I mean, whatever. They're going to say whatever they want. So this is a quick thing that came out. It kind of sucks because a lot of this stuff's been debunked by certain people, like Mick
Mhm.
West, like this triangle one. And when you zoom in on the stars, they get the triangle effect as well. And they
Yeah.
just happen to have it happens to be flashing in a similar fashion to normal um, strobe lights on commercial aircraft, and like it really matches up with the strobing effect. And he was able to prove with the stars in the backgrounds and things like flight radar 24 or whatever he used to show the flights
Mhm.
at that time, they're commercial flights, and
Yeah.
people don't like it. But you know Corbell's put a lot of those things out, and it's sad because just like this looks exactly like a balloon
Well,
for celebration of that
yeah.
holiday out there, and people
Which
will
just
deny it.
passed
Yeah, but
as of recording.
people will deny it, but it looks exactly like it, and that's what I
Mhm.
hate about some of this stuff being put out there from Corbell is it's easily debunkable, and it doesn't do anything to help what's going on because you have someone like Mick West out there just completely thrashing this and saying, nope, and here's how I'm proving it, and here's why, here's my work, prove me wrong. And he's right. Nothing against him. And we need him and people like him as well. Technically, Arrow or whoever's investigating this shit now needs someone like Mick West on the team as well so they can get rid of all the bullshit cases
Mm.
and look at the ones that matter. We know something's going on. We know something's happening. We know there are things moving around in the skies and underwater that are doing things that are currently, to our current understanding, meaning the majority of people, the public, impossible. We know something's going on. So we need to stop with putting this stuff out. But there's just more here about, evidence saying about um, so far the protections that are out there are a joke and people are being threatened. But
Yep.
we need to really see some proof on this stuff.
Mhm.
But the only thing that's going to stop that is proving that this shit's really going on and what is it, and whether or not the U.S., has an involvement, which they do, and
Mhm.
proving it, and then this stuff stops, which is good because assuming these people are telling the truth, people like Elizondo, David Grush, all them, which I believe they are, there's no reason they should be threatened about it. And if they're going to be threatened, then what should be done instead is look, hey, we're hemorrhaging money like no tomorrow. We're going down the tubes right now. They might as well come out and say, look, we're not going to threaten your life or anything. We will if we have to, but right now we're not. Here's $5 million. Shut the fuck up. Don't ever talk about this again. How about that?
That I
And
mean,
that's a
I would shut the fuck up for $5 million.
yeah, it's a drop in the bucket for the U.S. government who's printing this shit
Mhm.
daily, and we're getting totally screwed right now with this whole Russia thing and this whole currency standoff bullshit that's happening. We're going down. It's the way it looks, at least. And what's another 5-10 million per person to say shut up? If you don't, we're gonna have to threaten you. We're not threatening you now. Take that verbiage however you want, but we're really not threatening you yet. We'd like to respectfully ask you
to fucking knock it off.
To zip it. Here's the money, tax free. There's a separate bank account. Nobody knows about it. Whatever.
Yeah.
They can do it. They can do it. And they give him a good life and give him a job. And
give him a great life.
he doesn't come out, hopefully. So, yep, that is it. Stevie, you got a reaction there? It's not much different than, what we've heard, but some of this stuff keeps coming out. We got to show it.
Yeah, it's still just a rehashing of going over previous events and, protections, no shit. I mean, it's not a surprising article to me whatsoever.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. They're not putting any effort into protecting these people, and they essentially are just like brush them off anyways. Like, oh, okay, UFO, UAP,
yeah.
You were in the sky too long. Go take a nap. Like, I just
go sleep with the fishes.
Go sleep with the fish.
I mean, it's happened before. There's
Go take a
rumors
dirt
it's
nap.
happened. Yeah.
Forget
and not from
about
the
it.
mob, from the government. The biggest mob.
I did not mean to make that joke, but I'm kind of glad I did.
Right.
But no, I think it's just another rehashing of everything we already know, and then a very generic, like, no fuck.
Yeah. I think it shows that they're really pushing to get this stuff out and keep it relevant by getting it into some of the media. And I think that's probably, because you mentioned rehashing, right? And obviously it is. I think that's one of the biggest points, is keeping this relevant and in the public's headspace, keeping their eyes on it and their ears on it, so it becomes more normalized and becomes a bigger thing. And I'm fine with that, because personally, I want to know what the hell's going on. I want to know what the fuck I saw. It's completely unexplainable, right? I don't care. I don't care if it's aliens. I don't care if it's U.S. tech. I don't care if it's Russia tech. I just want to know what the fuck it was, right? And
prime answer, yes. I would like to know what the fuck as well.
Yeah, and it's happening a lot right now. So
it really is.
That is it. If you guys have an obscure story of your own, you have seen a UAP, something like that, you've seen some of the shows, you know what we're talking about, shoot us an email, obscuredr1@gmail.com. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do all that jazz. With that, you got any closing arguments, Stevie?
No.
That's it. She does not. We'll catch you next time. Peace.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to check back with us often for new episodes. Feel free to drop a comment, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Obscured Reality.